p.m. Moving on to L, election of officers. This is the first meeting of the year according to our bylaws and our policy. We will elect or select our officers, president and vice president. Where's the little sheets at? You got those, Mr. Ray? Yep. If you could, let me get this thing out. I don't have mine. With according to the policy, what we'll do is we'll have nominations. We'll start with president. We'll have nominations followed by nomination speeches are not permitted. However, nominees can speak up to 5 minutes on the close of nominations prior to the distribution of ballots. Any board member may self-nominate or be nominated by another board member. Nominating speeches are not permitted. However, nominees shall have up to 5 minutes to speak following the close of nominations and prior to distribution of ballots. Nominee speeches shall be in the order of nomination. Election of officers of the board shall be by secret ballot. Elections shall require majority of all the board members. So at this time, I will open up nominations for president. I will open up nominations for president.
I would like to nominate myself for president.
There's a nomination of Mrs. Godding. Is there any other nominations? I would like to nominate Mark Snow.
I accept your nomination.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations are closed, and we'll do it in the order. We'll do it in the order of nominations. Mrs. Gotti has up to 5 minutes, followed by Mr. Snow, and then we'll pass out the ballots.
Okay. I would be honored to have the opportunity to serve as the president for 2015 for the Omaha Public Schools Board. I look back at the year and I think that we have completed a year full of significant change, which we have all embraced. From adopting the strategic plan with community input to maneuvering through a challenging facility study and successful bond and everything in between. We have much to be proud of. But our work is not done. I would like to see us move forward to the next level of board governance by initiating a number of new processes to ensure that we are focused on the important challenges ahead of us. First, I would like to see us establish several committees, including an accountability committee to develop an evaluation tool for the superintendent, both mid-year and annual, as well as evaluation tools for board secretary, Mr. Ray, and a board self-evaluation tool. Second, a policy committee would help us to expedite the complex task we are faced with in evaluating our current policies and keeping them in line with all the policies we've amended. Third, a budget and audit committee would allow us to address big picture issues related to our very complex budget. This will be a critical step as we say goodbye to Dr. Poole and welcome a new CFO. In addition, I would like us to take a look at the board communications audit that was completed prior to our elections 18 months ago. I believe that we should develop a board communications policy to ensure that we are not only meeting internal board needs, but that we also ensure we are communicating appropriately with the public. The audit lays out a number of steps to help us move in that direction. Board development is also something I think that we should focus on. At the end of last year, I've asked for 2 proposals on board training, which should be to Mr. Ray shortly. These opportunities will allow us to engage in training that ensures we are fulfilling the responsibilities we were all elected to perform. Finally, the successful passage of the bond will require us to be diligent with our oversight responsibilities. The future of Omaha Public Schools is very bright. We have accomplished much in gaining public trust and establishing goals for the staff and students of this district. I would appreciate the opportunity to continue to serve in a leadership role for the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Mr. Snow.
Thank you, Mr. President. Excuse me. I will be humbled and honored to serve you guys for the 2015 school year as board president. The reason why I'm running today is because I do believe we have a split board, and I think we need to work together. We need to compromise, and as the leader of the board, I will work towards that goal for us to compromise on decisions to get things done. I also think that one of the things we need to be is we need to be more open to each other as board members, and we need to work on communication internally with the district as well as with the community. I think the district right now is struggling sometimes with us with communication, and as president, I will strive to make sure that the communication is inclusive with our district as well as with OEA and people around us. We always talked about transparency, but every now and then we still struggle with trying to figure out, is that transparent enough, or why didn't I get this message? I think that is something that we need as a board, and I think we can unite behind that as well. I also believe in sharing responsibilities. As board president, it's not me just to sit there and make all the decisions myself, but to rely on you guys and your expertise to help lead this district, 51,000 kids, and to help give Mark Evans and district staff guidance for 2015. I will be humbled with your vote, and thank you so much.
Thank you. With that, Mr. Ray, will you pass out the ballots? And please fold your ballot and put it up, and Mr. Ray will come by and collect them. Okay, I could leave this, this, and this. I'm out.
Just for the record, I shuffled those. Snow. Godding. Snow. Godding. Snow. Snow. Godding. 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 5 Godding, 4 Snow.
At this time, we will open the floor for nominations for vice president, and we'll do the same process. So no nominations from, or no speeches from the person doing the nominating. But once the nominations are done, each person will have 5 minutes to speak. So at this time, we'll open the floor to nominations for vice president.
I will be nominating myself for vice chair.
Are there any other nominations? Mrs. Fay?
I'd like to nominate Mr. Snow.
Any other nominations? So at this time, we'll go in the order that the nominations came in. So, Ms. Williams, you have 5 minutes.
I won't need 5 minutes, but thank you. As I've done much reflecting about my significance on the board and my passion for the success of OPS, I believe that now is the time for me to step into a leadership position. Although considering both officer positions, I felt that in the best interest of both my family and our district that vice chair be the appropriate fit at this time. To my colleagues, we've done much work in our time on the board, but it is now time for us to be focused on our primary role in setting policy, budget management, and working with Superintendent Evans. We have initiated much work for the district, and I feel that I've proven myself to be an unbiased voice and open to do the work of an officer. Since our first day together, I've worked out of the sincere and genuine interest for our students, staff, and families, and will remain standing to do the right thing every single day in this role. I also believe that it's time for us to govern ourselves accordingly with less outside influence and keeping our focus on the reason that we are all here, student success. I hope to also change the landscape of our board development and address some long waitlisted items that have been put on the back burner due to the intense work that we have completed thus far. I'm thankful and grateful to my family, my church family, and my employer for their support in this endeavor. And today I'm asking for your vote and believe that whatever the outcome, I've been blessed by your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Snow.
Thank you. I would be honored to serve as Vice President of the Omaha Public School Board. When I initially ran for school board, I worked at the YMCA. I had about 15 to 25 kids in my program, and it just grew. And I realized after I got elected why I really love being on the Omaha Public School Board. It is for those kids. Today we have over 150 kids that come in there. And I came home, I call it my home, my second home. I came home today for the first time in 2 weeks, and I walked in the door, and these kids drew this huge picture of me. I mean, a huge drawing. They said, "Thank you, Mark," all this other stuff on there. Every day I wake up, I put on my shoes to help these kids. To not just help these kids, but to help all kids in our district. But I see kids in this district that we need people from both sides of the aisle, people that are going to bring everyone together. And I think as a leadership role, we need people that are going to be, like Ms. Williams said, unbiased, but people that are going to bring everyone together, both sides of the table. And I'm still on that conversation of compromise. We need that. I'm not a fan when we have board decisions and board votes that come 5-4. And I'm afraid that that's going to happen and continue to happen instead of having compromise. I think that is needed because we were all elected to do something. And for us to ignore others is ridiculous for me. So thank you. I'm running for Vice President for my kids.
Okay, Mr. Ray.
I was prepared for 90 rounds, by the way, just. Williams. Snow. Williams. 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 Snow. 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 Williams. 5 Williams, 4 Snow.
Congratulations to Ms. Williams, and thank everyone for running. The meeting is adjourned at 10:33 p.m.